Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the finest Dawn of War Soulstorm cast this side of East Yorkshire. And today we've got a 1 versus 1 on the Valley of Corn. On the other side, as the Sisters of Battle, we've got Pwaf. On the northern side, as the Chaos Space Marines, we've got Kruzer. Kruzer will be opening up with quadruple cultist squads, a Chaos Armory, a Plasma Generator, and another Plasma Generator. Whereas Pwaf is going to open up with a couple of Missionaries, a Plasma Generator, and a Adepta Sororitas Convent. So here we are, this is the first ever time we've actually casted a game on the Valley of Corn. Now, for why, you ask? It's because, mainly, most players don't like a map like this. It's not, it's not for the faint of heart, Got to be a big bad boy to be able to play on a map like this. Essentially, you've got a base here, you've got a base there, you've got a little bit of argy-bargy stuff in the centre, and that is about it. None of your flanking scenarios, none of your blooming, there's an army here, so I'm going to go around the side. It's just basically smashing heads together until one side wins. But you know what? Sometimes that's what you need on a Saturday afternoon. Sometimes that is what you need indeed. Got Pristine Sanctuary on the way out, and we've got a Canoness coming forward for the Sisters of Battle, so not going to see the usual surfing, jumping around nonsense. But we are going to see the standard thing for the Chaos Space Marines. Just cultists, grenades potentially. And there are a grand total of 4 strategic points and a relic inside of everyone's base. Not much to fight over in the centre. So realistically, everyone's going to have plenty of money to be fighting with and potential big engagements on in the centre. Have seen a heavy bottle turret being placed quite early by Kruzer just to make sure that the critical location in the centre and over on this side is going to be relatively safe. Now, I suppose that's one tactical thing you've got to bear in mind on the Valley of Corn, is that if you hold the central critical location, that will give you an advantage in a firefight, as that will increase your overall vision. Canoness is moseying about, and we are going to see some Inferno pistols for it. Quite decent fire accuracy on the move, and just burns things quite admirably, I do have to say. Grenade launchers being activated by the cultists as they cower in fear of this mad woman running around with fire coming out everywhere, hiding in the heavy cover and also behind the heavy bolter turret. But she's not going to sit around and idly by. No, she's going to run straight inside of the Chaos Space Marine base, spotting a couple of cultists. And then she's just got too many targets. She's thinking, ooh, who do I set fire with today? And she decides to settle down on the cultists, burning them down one at a time with remarkable speed. They do manage to capture that relic there. If she turned around and started firing at them a little bit earlier, that might have actually stopped them in their tracks, but hindsight is 2020. That's okay. There's always more people for her to burn. This person's been upgraded. With Commander Armor, she should be able to resist that quite nicely. A whole squad of cultists have been dead and dying. And these cultists just say, no thank you. We are not going to mess with the angry woman inside our base. We're going to politely ignore her until she goes away. Oh, bless her. The heretic hiding in the corner, seeing if he could survive, but no, not quite. And the Canoness thinks, right, well, if there was one heretic in the corner, let's check the other corner just in case. And what would you know it? Hiding in the bushes, there's 2 of them. They've danced the hearts out, they're low on health. And both of them been set fire. Chorus of the blimies. Now I've got triple cultist grenade launchers saying, please leave us alone. You've already killed loads of our semi-clad lads. We don't appreciate it. And this might actually be too many cultists for the Canoness to fight on her own, but she's going to give it a good old college try by the look of it. Going to almost look like she's going to engage in close combat, but not quite. She'll just happily stand in the heavy cover and make use of it while she just takes on all this firepower. Good lord, just aesthetically, one mad woman. The Emperor must be very proud of how she engages in glorious fire. Powerful stuff, really. A heavy cover bonus, though, does massively increase the overall durability of these cultists. Doesn't feel like it, but certainly does. Well, she goes down, and just in the nick of time, a whole sea of ladies come over, black and red, laying of hands upon them to keep them alive. Phosphorus grenades going off left, right, and centre. Dear, oh dear, this is just an unprecedented amount of ladies. They've killed the, I assume, it was the Ecclesiastical Servitors that brought that down. Sorry, still we missed it, but, it was just had to get the view on the Canoness, didn't we? And how is Chaos going to get out of this one alive? They're trying to build up some heavy bolter turrets. They're hiding in the corner. It didn't work very well for them previously. They'll try and go for some more cultists. And I don't know if it's going to work out for them. One listed person been taken down and also decapped as well. Heavy bolter turret attempting to be finished. And actually, was that one whole squad wipe on the sister battle squad there? Does feel like it. A listing post getting in a couple of licks. Cultists now moving forward with their grenade launchers. A singular missionary attempting to get a decap in there, but I think he's being a little bit too optimistic there. Faith in the Emperor can only get you so far. I know it's heretical, but clearly Exhibit A. Or maybe he didn't believe enough. Maybe that was his problem. Yeah, you know, we'll go with that. Just to avoid the Inquisition taking over the comment section of this video. I did not expect the sisters to have been pushed out there. I thought that was going to be a one and done kind of scenario. But no, the cultists using every tool at their disposal to fight back the ladies. Current economy is 86 and 10 compared to 92 and 20. I will stick on the sister side of things just because cultists being a thing. I don't want to listen to them talk. You know? There's a long-standing hatred for the voice actor for these dudes. Whoever this guy is, I mean, don't get me wrong, the baddies, so you're meant to hate them, but are you meant to hate them that much? I don't know, but props to the voice actor if that was his intention. Now going for plenty of plasma generators. Probably transitioning over to defilers, as is the standard way of the cultist grenade opening. And the sisters are not in tier 2, actually. So there's no Celestians. They're just thinking, right, well, it almost worked previously. Clearly the missing secret source that we had was the Caroness. If we had her previously, she would have helped us climb over into victory. Now we're going to give it another push. And they're thinking, oh god, she's come back. We don't like this. We'll pop down another heavy bolter turret inside the base. This strategic point has yet to be recaptured, sadly. That's a huge problem, as the listing posts are basically part of your defensive formation when there's only one narrow choke point inside of your base. Sisters prowling on the edge, prowling on the outside, thinking, how can we get in there? How can we get in there and kill more heretics? Machine Pit is being danced into perfection as the pizza slice or pizzeria or whatever. I mean, it makes me think of a pizza, right? Like, and especially when it starts spinning around and when the heretics... look at that. I mean, can't you just imagine like an Italian standing underneath it, spinning it on his finger? I can. Are Italians heretics? Are they spawns of chaos? Who knows? I'm not saying that. You're saying that. You're thinking it. Either way, Machine Pit. About to be finished. When you've got to be on the... Yeah, we're on the way to tier 2. Celestians, that's the way forward here. When the Defilers come out to play. Just thinking about pushing in a little bit. Laying of hands upon the ladies as they throw a cheeky phosphorus grenade at the cultists, attempting to prevent them from capturing this strategic point here. Might potentially stop them, actually. What an inconvenience, but it is sacrificing a lot of the Caroness's health here. Can the cultists do it? Just hold the line. That heavy cover bonus saving him just in time to capture that strategic point. And the Caroness goes down. Her efforts not being recognised as she fades into the floor. Here comes a powerful Defiler. Also love the shade of blue that Kruzer has gone for his colour scheme here. Very nice to look at. One singular sister martyring herself for the cause. And now Chaos Space Marines are taking on the centre. First squad of Celestians have been finished. Going to see some blessed armour as well to help them go tit for tat in some ranged engagements. We'll see some more holy icons as well. Love to see it, as you don't really see many sisters. I mean, you do. But grand scheme of things, as I mentioned in quite a lot of videos featuring sisters or Dark Eldar, their faith and soul abilities do tend to go by the wayside sometimes. When used, they are remarkably powerful. Second Defiler is crab walking his way on over. And now is the turn for the Sisters to be laid under siege here. They've got their Celestians upgrading themselves with a whole amount of multi-melter guns and just regular melter guns. We go for fully upgraded squads. Are we going to see a Confessor? We are going to see a Confessor. Able to increase the overall damage output of everyone within an aura of him by 25%, question mark. Quite a sizable damage boost anyway. As you can see by all these wonderfully shiny circles at the feet of all the ladies. It's got some horror squads for reasons. Maybe he's thinking that, oh, well, there's a manufacturer on the way. So I assume that would be Rhinos. Rhinos a bit away forward. Get them in, drop out the Celestians, kill something, pop them back in the Rhino, and then run on back home. I've got triple Defilers and a squad of Horrors. Horrors are going to edge their way forward, granting vision for the Defilers and also doing a sizable amount of building damage with their pink poker balls. Ecclesiastical Servitors are going to attempt to go around the side and see if they can get some repairs in there. Always a very dangerous thing to do, especially when what's attacking you is artillery. Celestians move on forward. They won't be that good against the infantry there, considering that now a lot of their weapons are anti-vehicle. Here comes a Rhino, and you're not packed with Celestians, you're packed with regular old ladies. Celestians getting close to the Defilers. Would really like to see some Heretics on forward to do some repairing on these guys. Laying of hands upon the Celestians. They've got quite remarkable morale as well. I mean, one squad's got morale broken at the moment, but the other squad with the Confessor in there, holding their own. Rhino being destroyed. So is a Defiler. Fighting glorious hand-to-hand combat. Fires, though, they don't mind a spot of close combat. Fires, that might have been the way forward against Celestians. Just charge forward and tie them up so they can't use their anti-vehicle weaponry. All ladies here are dead. Oh no, there's a couple. And now there isn't a couple. Dear oh dear. Well, the fellas are trying to chase around this Rhino. Like I say, priority is sorting out these Celestians in any which way you can. Even if it's just the cultists charging in and taking them on. Well, Rhinos moving forward. All the Defilers, with the exception of these two on the back lines, are brown-breaded. Are now seeing a Chaos Temple, so I assume Possessed Marines. Possessed Marines will do a mighty damn fine job against these Celestians. They are quite decent in close combat, in all fairness. But then again, so the Possessed. Constant Defiler reinforcement on the way. And, oh no, just a regular Chaos Lord. Just a regular schmegular Chaos Lord. The Sisters managing to reclaim the centre. Got a Lightning Fighter in the air. One Rhino just sat here just to hold them back. Can't do a 3-point turn at the moment. No for Defiler up your backside. I'd make a women driving joke there, but I'm not going to. I'm a professional. But just know that I could. Just know that the joke there was in my head. But I'm going to be nice and, you know, it's just 2024, you know. I don't need cancelling. Thank you very much, young man and or woman.
4 minutes.
I was holding the centre as the Rhinos just look on. Chaos Sorcerer is back on his feet. The Rhinos are just here just to basically be a bit of a distraction. Sisters preventing that critical location countdown victory from happening. Lightning Fighter goes around the side, see if he can, or she can do some damage to the listening posts. Another Horror Squad is being outfitted. More Chaos, not more Chaos Space, means these are the first ones to grace the battlefield. Heavy bolter turrets, or just, not turrets now, good lord. We're doing so well with speaking today. And 15 minutes into this game, it all goes tits up. Heavy bolter guns, that's what they are. Be surprised if they could carry a turret around with them. Has a lot of anti-tank damage coming in there. Beautiful shadow bolts from the Chaos Sorcerer there, although a mighty smite top of those cultists. All of those guys are dead now. But using the heavy cover to the best of their advantage. Don't think Defilers anymore are the way forward here. Not with this amount of Celestians on the field. I do like how he's trying to transition away into regular old Chaos Space Marines. Listening Post goes down. Lightning Fighters still being a pain in the backside. Chaos Lord, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not surviving for very long here, but the fact that he was able to tank all that damage for that length of time, testament to his tankiness. We're now going to try and ignore these Chaos Space Marines and focus on the economy here. Not a bad idea. Horrors have popped and are sorting out the Lightning Fighters as best they can. Here comes a Possessed Squad. Now, this might be a faux pas, actually, from the Sisters. Yeah, okay, fair enough. You want to kill the economy, but at the moment, they're relatively lower numbers in comparison to the Chaos Space Marines. And if they try and retreat, they've got to run past all this stuff. And with a squad of Possessed on the field, to tie people up in close combat, and then these guys firing at ranged. It'll be a tricky situation for the Sisters. Here come the Possessed. They haven't got their fiery mouths at the moment, but that's okay. They still slap people down with relative ease. A whole smorgasbord of stabbings and slappings go down on the Celestians. Once again, couldn't imagine how the Chaos Space Marines were going to pull this off by surviving, but lo and behold, they do. Once again, just showing that the Valley of Khorne is not for the faint-hearted. You've got to be a fully grown adult to be able to even be allowed to even, you know, have this map downloaded. In case of causing confusion, this map is a vanilla map. You can have this without having to download anything. For anyone in the comments says, well, actually, Mr. Landshark, did you know that? No, I do know. I know loads of things. Most of those things aren't very useful, but I do know loads of things. I'm trying to think of useful facts. I can't think of anything at the time. I'll think of something. Maybe I'll post one as in the description box below. Rhinos being slapped by the tentacles of the Possessed Squad. Oh, missionary, where do you come from? Give them somewhere. Celestian's taking care of the Defiler. Yeah, I think just ignore Defilers now. I don't think they're helping or cause Mr. Kruzer. Just do the old standard Possessed Marines, Obliterators. Maybe even get some infiltrated research on your Chaos Space Marines and focus down the missionaries just for a bit of a pain in the backside. Kind of shenanigans. But actually, oh dear, what? Oh god, it's just the Rhinos surrounding these Chaos Space Marines. They're activating their do more damage ability in return for taking more damage. Thankfully, these Horror Squads are slicing their way through these Rhino transports pretty quickly, but I mean, they're cheap, they do a bit of damage, they're quite tanky. Considering they've got vehicle armour. Possessed Marines down to just 3 in their squad at the moment. Soon they'll all go down. Not being reinforced neither. I mean, to be fair, 65 and 30 are very expensive. And do you have the economy for it? You do have an economy. I suppose it's not as big as you want it to be because they've lost it. They've lost it? They've lost all their listing posts. They are rebuilding them. That's set them back economically. But not powerful enough to take on the traitor Astartes standing in that heavy cover. Going in for another push. Obliterators teleporting in. One singular Possessed Marine. Now got a friend, but quite risky charging him in that way. Okay, now they've got the anti-tank stuff from the Obliterators. So these Rhinos were going down thick and fast. I mean, I like it. I like the idea of going mass Rhino, but was there a more useful thing to spend your money on? Maybe upgrading your squad cap and just getting out a load of Sisters. And Pwaf. Oh, don't give up now. You've got so much more to give. You've got so much more to live for. I mean, don't get me wrong. Yeah, is it problematic that there's a Possessed Squad and Obliterators and they've got quite a sizable amount of Chaos Space Marines? Absolutely, but you've got so much more potential to give. Don't leave now. Got the Confessor coming out. I think he might have like GG'd and just left. Oh, that's a real shame, Pwaf. There could have been so much more. You could have held on. You could have held the line. Maybe got some penitent engines to punch people in the face with. Obliterators can't fire their lasguns at you if you're punching them in the face with a penitent engine. Maybe an Archangel or two. Well, just a one, really. You can only get one, but... Oh, that's so sad. Oh, man. There we go. The real strategy of the Chaos Space Marine is just making sure that the sisters just lost faith in the end. And then leaving the game there. So there we go. So, wow, what a game that was. So cheers, boys and girls, for watching at home. And if you want to support the channel, have a look at the old Patreon. £1 a month gets you one game a week. And there is also a Discord where Discord things happen. Linked in the description as always. Mine's been Mr. Landshark. Pleasure's always never short. And I will see you in a bit. Peace.